Welcome to the Artist Academy podcast, a place where we focus on the business side of art to help you attract more customers, increase profits, and ultimately live a life of creativity and financial freedom. I'm your host, Andrea Earhart, and today we have an extra special Quit Your Day Job series with Austin Fabinski, who is a Michigan-based artist. And Austin is my go-getter in the Artist Academy. Since joining almost 2 years ago, I think that's when he joined, he's always up for the challenge and trying anything and everything to make this art career work. From books to art prints to shows and going viral on TikTok. Austin's done it all. And I think this is a great look at the effort needed to go full time. And I hope it inspires you, to give a little bit of extra something this week. It all adds up in the long run. So let me know what you think about this week's episode with Austin Fabinski. So today we have a live interview with a Artist Academy member, Austin, and we're going to be talking about quitting your day job. And I feel like I'm just now getting a breath because I just ran to the post office, ran back. Then the cat brought in a mouse. So I saw her coming in and I was like, no. And so I met her at the door. I'm like, no. And it was a little baby mouse. And so I feel like after running around all day, I am my breath and we're going to chat with Austin. The real life. Oh, here we go. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. How is your day going?
Not bad, not bad. I'm a little stuffy. I'm a little cold, but because the weather's did a 180. It was 70 degrees in Michigan, and then on Saturday, snowstorm. So
that's awesome. So there's snow on the ground where you are?
It's starting to melt again, but there was all weekend. But it's a little nice today, so it's melting. But yeah, there's snow.
That's awesome. Well, if it's going to be cold, there better be, I guess there's snow, right?
Oh, yeah, right. I want this weather unless there's snow. And people suck at driving, so I don't want it to snow.
I know. Sometimes when it's snowy outside, though, I'm like, man, it's kind of nice to be in the studio and warm. And
yeah. How you doing?
Okay, yeah. If you could just start off by telling us a little bit about who you are, since this is a brand new podcast episode that's coming out about you, mostly because you're featured in my book. So people are going to come from the book and be like, I want to know more about this Austin guy who is trying all these new stuff and has gotten so much attention on TikTok. Although, have you passed me on TikTok yet? Has it happened yet?
I'm at 403.
Okay, well, I'm just going to revel in this moment that I have less or more than you right now because it's going to change because you're putting so much effort into TikTok. And I think that's amazing. And it really just goes to show. I love to use this example, though, because even at the mural meetup that we just had, you were on TikTok and going live and you're just consistently, and I was just looking at you it's going to happen for him. I just don't know when. I don't know. And you just tried all these different things and now it's happening for you. So just props to you, snaps for Austin.
Hey, got to surpass the mentor.
Yeah, I know, right? The student surpasses the teacher. I love it. Yep, but yeah, if you could tell us a little bit about anybody who, it's just coming on for the first time. Anybody who hasn't listened to your first podcast episode. Who is Austin? Where are you at?
Well, hello, I'm Austin Fabinski. I am a Michigan-based artist, author, creator, influence business owner, entrepreneur, and I don't know. What else next? I don't know.
Everything. You literally do a little bit of everything, which is, I think, part of the reason why you're where you're at right now, because you've tried everything.
Yep. And it's just all because, Ash, it's honestly because of you. You literally just said, go for it. Just do it all. And the reason I'm on TikTok was because of you, because I didn't know, and then I didn't know what it was, but then people started talking about it, and I'm like, this is stupid and very distracting. I don't need this, and then you're like, get on it now. This is the new big thing. You have to get on it, and you were correct. Honestly, I was it was a slow growth, and learning to videotape myself painting and doing all these little things, but you're correct. It was blowing up, and then August, I was at 50K. And then about 18 weeks ago, I started wood burning and I went super viral. And now I'm at 403K following.
That's insane.
And yeah, and like you said, I do everything. I was a drawing major. So I went to college for art and then I became a teacher. I taught for 5 years and then I said goodbye. And I'm the one that I didn't like ease into going full time. I literally just quit a career and went for it. I did have a little backup plan. Like I was a server. Would serve 3 or 4 nights a week, but I made double my income as a server than a teacher. So under 20 hours, I was making double my 2 week paycheck from teaching. So it's insane.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But only like going from working 100 hours because like full-time teaching and serving still private lessons and stuff. Like I was working 100 hours a week, and then I didn't really have time to do my own art. And that was one of the big things that made me like, I'm not happy. I'm not creating for myself. And as a creative person, you have to create for yourself because that's who we are. So, yep, the summer of 19, I made a huge decision. I sent my resignation letter, and I said goodbye to full-time teaching. But I still teach. I love teaching. It is a passion for me. I teach private lessons. I teach homeschool kids once a week. So I still get my teaching aspect, but I went full-time artist. So 2 years now, here we are.
Yeah, I love this too. I specifically remember your application, and like I know I've told you this before, but like I remember which is funny because there's a lot of applications that come through, and I just kind of like skim over them. I'm like, yep, you will be a great fit for the Arts Academy. Great, okay, yep, you're in, great. And then like yours, I was just like, I stopped and was like, oh, he's a teacher because that's the route that I almost took, and so it just you stuck out to me. And then as soon as you got in too, you were just there. You were like, I'm going to do this challenge, and I'm going to do 2 of that one, and then I'm gonna try this too. And so like what made you try all these different things? As in like, so like were these like ideas that you had, were these like ideas that your followers would be like, hey, I'd like to see that? Were you responding to both? Like how did you maneuver into wood burning?
So wood burning, like for wood burning itself, like I was always interested in it. Like I would see it here and there, but not often. You don't see it often. So I consider it a unique art style. So my last year teaching, I went to a seminar, and there were so many like sections, classes and stuff to go to. And I didn't like any of the elementary ones because I was an elementary teacher. So I saw a high school one that was pyrography. And I was like, ooh, that's always been cool. Like I don't see it often, but it's always unique to see. So I went to the seminar. I watched this teacher explain it to other high school teachers, and like, you could teach this in your classroom and stuff. And we watched her do it. She did lots of examples and showed lots of projects. I'm like, this is super cool. So in 2020, during quarantine, I was like, what's something different I could try? Like, I always wanted to try wood burning. So I bought a cheap wood burner and I played around with it for a little bit, but then I got busy with my painting because I normally was doing acrylic and watercolor. And then it would be 18 weeks now or 18 weeks ago, I saw this Instagram challenge where this artist was like, hey, here's my piece. Now recreate it in your own style. And I was like, I'll pull out the wood burner. Why not? Like, I haven't done it in a while. And I was like, let's do it. Something different. Play around. You know, I like to change it up. So I did it. And that was the Pokemon Cubone. And when I post to TikTok, it blew up. Like, that was my second most viral video. And it like, and then people wanted more and more and more. And they're like, keep doing it. It's cool. And so I went for it. And here we are now.
Have you ever burned yourself with the wood burner?
Yeah. So I have a burn right here because I wasn't paying attention.
That's on your arm and your finger.
Yep. And I have a burn here. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, I burned. Like, that's the biggest question. Have you burned yourself? Yes, I have burned myself.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, but that is like one of the biggest questions on TikTok is like, have you burned yourself? Because I burned myself. Like, yeah, I burned myself, but then I keep going. So they're like, I stopped because I burned myself. I'm like, okay, well, did it kill you? No, keep going.
I love that you found this niche. Because like, how many people know like a wood burner? I don't know hardly any. And you've just found this little niche of there's not a whole lot of people there. It's just, that's really rare for nowadays. There's a lot of people who do acrylics. There's a lot of people who do oil paintings. But like wood burning, I would have never even thought of that.
Yeah, no, it's honestly like I do lots of craft shows and farmers markets, and you see like wood art and like people doing furniture and stuff, but you never see like people burning it, like have designs on it and stuff. There's some people that have lasers and stuff, but that's totally different. Like, that's like anyone can honestly do it once if you buy a laser and you learn the program. like it's a different thing. Like handmade is different than the machine. So
Okay, I love it. Awesome. So this is a quit your day job series. So let's really focus on the whenever you did quit your day job, because I wanted to start the series to really help out the people who are specifically like they haven't gone full time yet, or maybe they've just taken a leap and they're scared as shit and they're like, oh my God. So maybe I think just having and calling it out and being like, it's a really uneasy time. So let's think back. So when you did quit your day job, it's been what, 2 years now?
Yep, a little over 2 years now.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And now you're doing it. You're doing the thing. Oh God.
Yep. So honestly, it was pretty much you finding my mentor, like learning the bit, because I didn't know shit about the business side of being an artist. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I can create, but so how do I make it into a business and like people like look at it and think of it as a business as well and respect it as a business? And you have to change your mindset too. Like it is a huge mindset because I hate doing the business side of it, but it's something you have to do. And you made it known, like you have to do it and you have to think differently of it. And I had to change my mindset. So it's like, you have to be your advocate. You have to be your your own salesperson. You have to be your advertising department, your own boss. Yeah, everything. So pretty much I took every challenge you gave us and you said it, like I doubled it. Like I gave it 200%. So like I had that drive where I quit a full-time career. And I didn't have a second income. Like I don't have a significant other that I relied on. Like it was all me. And I was like, if I got to do this, I got to do it or I have to go back to teaching. And I for sure wasn't going back to full-time teaching. So I like the first 30-day challenge for January that's about to start up again. I did the watercolor. I did 31 days of watercolor. And because that's what people are asking. Hey, I want a pet portrait. Do you do watercolor? I'm like, nope, I hate watercolor, but I will do it. I will do it because you're asking for it. So that's why I took up watercolor for the 31-day challenge, because I didn't care for watercolor and I was slow at it because I would rip my paper up because I'm like, this shit, this crap. But then I did it every day. I found my own style with it. I got quicker at it. And now I love watercolor and I get watercolor portraits often, pet portraits. And then learning the sales side, like you have to get on Facebook, you have to post your stuff on groups where people see it. And that was my advertising. Of course, I did IG, but we all know how long that took. And now I'm finally growing on IG.
Yeah. So your Instagram is now growing because you spent the time, getting, really perfecting those videos on TikTok, and you repurposed those on Reels. And now you've grown how much in the last couple of days or couple weeks?
So like 2.5 weeks, I was at 1,800 and now I'm at 7K.
Woo! That's the power of video. Like I freaking love video.
So yeah, like I took the watermark off my TikTok videos, my wood burnings, and post them as Reels. And they're blowing up right now, just like they did on TikTok.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the end of the year, maybe I might be close to 10K. And that's awesome.
Oh, that would be so cool to see that on there. Yeah. So just to recap too, like, for anybody listening, like we're telling these, tricks to grow, which is use video and whatnot. But I just want to emphasize, like, it took you a long time of working and like figuring it out. And then once you figured it out, you've exploded and like on TikTok and on Instagram. But it took you a while to figure out the video, to try a bunch of different things. Mm-hmm. And then once you did it, you repeated the same thing over and over.
Yep.
So and maybe lost a shirt in there too.
I was waiting for that. So we had this talk, and I
love it. I'm all for it.
So we talked about the quote, understanding the game, don't hate the player, hate the game, and understanding this game and understanding the world. Life is a game. This whole business is a game. And when you understand the game and understand the players, you will win this game.
I love that way of thinking about it. It's like, it's just a game. It's nothing personal. It's just, this is a game.
So biggest thing, like I've never been comfortable with my body, but even the past 2 years, I've been killing it. Like I go to the gym every day, physically and mentally for myself. Like I've been working on my body, my mind. Like I start the day off at the gym for 2 hours, and that's a great start of my day. Like I'll do my business stuff. Like I'll get ready to figure out what I'm posting today. I'll answer emails while I'm doing cardio and stuff. I post a TikTok or a reel. Like I'll do some business stuff at the gym as well. So hitting two birds with one stone. But overall, like it's mentally like relieving for yourself. Like you start the day off right, physically and mentally. And then I don't go super hardcore. Like I'm doing the slow growth for my body. Like I have goals, but like it's where it's at where like I was like, okay, I can probably do a thirst trap and it might work out. And it did. It's my most viral video. It's at like 6.3 million on TikTok. That's one of my growth. Like it's just people are attracted to people. And if you
Confidence.
it's confidence. If you're confident to show your body and say, fuck it, people look at that and they admire that. So yeah, you'll have those jealous people, but then you're like, damn. And
Yeah.
a little pump.
I love it. I wish the podcast people could see you flexing right now.
Well, these people on this live right now, Ken.
Yeah.
So it's understanding. So yeah, so like showing yourself a confident artist and showing your artwork. So because they want to know both. They want to see your artwork, but they also want to know who you are. And when people are attracted to confidence. And you know it too. Like you used to be a model before you were a full-time artist, and you know how to do it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
you know how to pose yourself.
Oh yeah.
You know what people are attracted to because you're selling yourself. You're selling your art and you're selling yourself as an artist.
Yep. I love that this is a very real talk about it too. It's like, and I think that you can do it with or without, taking your shirt off, or like whatever. But like everybody has that something about them that attracts other people, whether it's they're really funny or they have a really or they just smile a whole lot and they're like really positive, like, or whatever it may be, or maybe they just have a certain cool girl style. Like I know I have some girlfriends who are just like, I just look at them, I'm like, how are you so like cool? I just don't like, and I have everybody calls me cute. And so I'm like, fine, I will play up my cuteness. And that's what I do. And it's a game. It's just finding that thing about yourself that people like and that who you truly are too. You love the gym and you're like, I'll show my muscles. It's just finding that.
Yeah. And like, honestly, like you talked about this and many times on our meetups and stuff online and stuff. It's like, you do better when you show yourself and your artwork. When you post to IG and they see you and the artwork, it does better. People see you, the artist, and then they see the artwork. So I think they make a better connection with that. Yeah, and of course, there's artists that never show themselves and they make it well, but it's also, I think it might take longer too.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, so I have this theory. It's like, I think that if your art is like photorealistic and amazing, then I don't think there's really a need to show yourself like that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the art can speak for itself, but for the majority of us, me included, who we don't want to spend a whole month on one painting to make it that amazing. No, let's add in a little spice to the ingredients in there, it's just I always ask myself, I'm like, how can I make this video more interesting? Like maybe it's in the front where I'm like on the side of the camera and then I'm popping out like, hey, look what I'm painting today. Like just the big movements. Or I don't know, just like it's all just like a recipe. It's like a game of a recipe, just to put it all together and figure it out.
Yep, I totally agree. So it's just like figuring out how that works and then finding your niche or your niches. Like you just posted that video the other day that you do lots of things. You don't need to stick to one thing. And what was the quote? You know the quote.
Oh, yeah. It was a jack of all trades is a master of none. But it doesn't stop there. Like I had no idea that the quote continued and was like, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Like, holy crap. But there's really, you could go either way,
for sure.
You could find a niche. So you found that niche, which actually I think plays really well with video especially on TikTok and stuff, because people like to see the same thing over and over again in a slightly different way. So you finding that niche, I think is something that's really valuable.
Oh yeah. And I'm working 2022, I'm going to make it into a brand. turn my wood burnings into coloring sheets. I put them on apparel. So I'm really going to make wood burning a brand. That's my goal.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so you've tried all the different things and you're like, I'm going to stick with this one for a while.
Yeah, if someone wants me to do a watercolor painting or something else, for sure I'll do it. But I'm going to focus on, because I'm actually really liking it. Even though like the business side in my head is like, okay, this is what blowing up. And like that was majority, like wood burning was majority of my commissions for the holiday season. And besides someone knowing from me the area, all my commissions came from Instagram and TikTok.
That's amazing.
So I was like, I didn't even have to post to Facebook and local. Like it was all coming from Instagram and TikTok. All my customers came from those two things.
Yeah, I love that. That just goes to show, because there's social media can get such a bad rap sometimes of being like a negative place or whatever. But I think it's just such a blessing for artists to we're just doing our thing and showing and showcasing what we do and then getting business from it.
Exactly. And it changed the idea of a starving artist. And it have to be in a gallery to make it. Social media is our gallery now, and it's making artists thrive.
Yeah.
So like my parents were nervous about me quitting and going for the art business full time, because they're older and they have that old mindset. You're an artist, you're going to starve. And I was like, no, I'm not, because we're in the future now. And the internet has changed it.
Yeah, so true.
And look at like the NFTs. That's the future. And look at it's art that's blowing up. Like that's the future. And like for Facebook, when they put the metaverse and they even talked about digital art being in your metaverse thing. That's the future. And like you can hop on it too right now if we wanted to.
I know. I actually keep thinking about that a lot lately, because I'm a big believer too on like, if you can just get in it first, or at least one of the first, it just makes it an easier road. It doesn't necessarily mean like it's a sure win, but it just makes it easier down the line when everybody else is like, no. I just think that, because there's a lot of people saying that NFTs are like, they're blowing them off because it's really complicated and they don't want to learn it. And I'm like, but that's where the money is. I'm I'm really struggling right now of giving up my paintbrush though. And like, I'm like, I don't know about that. But I also think it's going to be easier to like make NFTs and like do the whole thing as it goes along. So if we get in it now, like, I think it'll just be it'll be more of a learning curve, but you'll be ahead of time. So what are your thoughts?
Well, even think of it as this. Think of it as a digital print of your artwork. You can literally make what you have prints now, it's a digital print. And that digital print becomes an NFT. That's all it is.
Can you make them on Procreate on the iPad? Right?
Yeah. Honestly, it's a PNG.
Oh, really?
It's just a digital file. It's a JPEG PNG.
So can I paint something and then take a photo of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it.
I would say so. Yeah. It's just a different style. Like, you'll have to figure this out. You'll have a digital art, or you can make a fine art into a digital copy.
Okay. I need to get somebody in the academy here, like your friend, and get it figured out. And then we'll learn about that in 2022 for sure.
Yeah. I think that some people are just doing that. But like, most of it's digital art, but why not? Like, why can't it be a fine art that's digitalized?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? You never know. Even if you took one painting and digitally modified it so many different times, like the color, like change the color, and you can make 10 copies of it, and then that's a series. The same butterfly, but different.
Ooh,
color.
I like that. Oh, I actually have some of those already. I've already, I took an orange one and made it into pink and yellow and purple and all the things. Okay, I'll just start there. Heck with it.
Yeah, why not? And you never know. And you already have a name to yourself, so it's like advertising. Like, I have my first series of NFTs now. Go check them out.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a digital trading card. That's all it is. And then if you're the creator or buyer, the creators always get a royalty how many times it sells.
Yeah, this topic fits into what we're saying too, or what we're talking about too, because like you're always looking to try new things, right? And so this is the new thing. And so this is just like for anybody listening who's like, this is kind of like offbeat of what we were talking about of quitting your day job, but is it? It's just exploring, what's new and just sharing how we're all just a little confused by it, sort of, and not sure exactly, but we're gonna dive into it because you never know. Like I think that's what art's about.
And then when I messaged you that one day when I was on my way to my art show, like I was listening to the radio and they were talking about it, and then they said Disney is on it. I'm like, if Disney's on it, it's real. Like, come on. Like, honestly, like if Disney's hopping on the train, like, it's something.
Yeah. Really who I would like to listen to is Gary Vee. Do you know who that is?
No, I do not.
Gary Vaynerchuk. So he's the one who really talked me into TikTok, like originally. And I was like, okay, this guy has something going on. And now he's talking about things like how it's going to be like how in 10 years, it's going to be kind of like the cell phone. Like how a lot of people were like, it's like new technology. And then everybody is going to know what it is and everybody's going to own one because they're either going to need to in some way. I'm like, all right, well, this guy was right about so many other things. So maybe I should look into it. It's like,
and like the thing, like TikTok, it's technically so still new. Like, IG's been there for over a decade and more. So like, we're still new. And now that like we're at a certain level, like we already are a head start of the game. And there's still people like don't even know what TikTok is. So that means like we're already winning the short-term game. Like we got it on early. So,
and like I'm getting so many brand deals and stuff from like offers from TikTok. I mean, I say so many, but I'd say like maybe one like good one a month where I'm like, all right, okay. Are you too? Are you starting to get people?
I'm working on one right now. Like I have to email the company. Like it's a watch company in California, and they saw my wood burning and they like the wood aesthetic. And I'm like, I looked at their watches and they're really cool. Am I a watch person? No, but it's something I could wear and I would be willing to show it off because I actually like it. I've gotten like 10 offers and I didn't like them. Like I'm going to still be true to myself. If I don't care for it or it's something that I don't personally would do myself, I'm not going to do it just to be fake and say I got this offer. Like we talked about this before. Like you will do the same thing. Normally you just do art supplies or something, normally brand deals. But if it calls you, like it's something I would like, if I would wear or I believe in, I'll take it. But I'm not just going to take it just to say I have a brand offer and I'm doing it just to show myself.
Yeah, for sure. I get a lot of like weird Chinese offers of Chinese people being like, hey, will you promote our game system? Like play this game. And I'm like, I don't play games. So like, but I did just get one with Bose headphones and like, just say they're paying me like $2,000 to make one 30-second video. And like, but it's like a big time video. Like they're like they want me to use my DSLR camera and like have it like switch every like they want it to be really high value. But those also on the other aspect of it, the lowest I've been paid for a brand deal from TikTok is $400 for a 30-second video, and I'm like. I didn't realize that this was a thing like coming in, or well, maybe I did in the beginning. I was like, oh, I want to do this because I saw other people doing it. But then once it started coming in, I was like, oh, this is a whole nother aspect to the business. Like growing up your following is good for your art, but it's also good for if you like to, make content for other people in that way. And it's really profitable.
Yeah. I follow a few people on TikTok, like telling all the things you can like monetize on from TikTok, and brand deals is a huge thing because there's lots of old companies that don't get the new digital age or small companies that don't get it and don't have someone that like knows about it. So they're getting creators that are big and bring them in to make content for themselves to advertise for them, because we are a new generation that it's all about content creating. And that's the future too. A lot of people are saying that's where the future is going, is video and creating, being a content creator. I totally agree. And then like I'm gonna email this company. I told them I would email them after the holidays because it's been so crazy with commissions and stuff. And like my focus was to my clients first, not getting a brand deal.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know. I'm like trying to squeeze in this video in like 2 days right now because they have like such a strict timeline. Anyway, yeah. So all of the different ways to make money as an artist. So like my big takeaways from this are like, try everything, but which is my focus that I wanted to highlight you on in the book, especially just because even now we're talking about NFTs and brand deals and doing all the different things. It's just, there's no need to, I mean, you have a niche is in wood burning, but now, but you've got a long road to find it too, which is really cool because I think a lot of artists too that listen to this are frustrated that they're in the very beginning or the very first year and they're like, what is my niche? I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I found my niche like 7-8 years in. It was forever.
yeah, it's like literally finding, like, don't be afraid to explore different things that you're not used to because you might find a love for it and it could be your next big thing. So, like, I'm never afraid to try something different. Like, when you do like the window painting challenge, like, it's not really my thing. But look, someone knew I was an artist and it was a business. I was getting a shake and they're like, do you want to paint my windows? I'm like, sure. It's actually part of our challenge right now in the Artist Academy, trying to get a window job. And I was like, I wasn't even looking out for it. They just knew I was an artist and they're like, hey, would you be willing to do our windows? And I'm like, okay, sure. And it's not my thing, but I did it.
Yeah. You just tried it. Did you like doing windows?
It's okay. But it was cold.
Yeah.
Freezing. And I was like, I would totally do them, yeah, for sure. But again, not my thing. But hey, it was easy money, honestly. Like $200 for 2 hours, $100 an hour. Not many people can say that. Like,
I know, right?
So
yeah.
It's easy money.
What are you charging for your wood burnings?
So my smallest is like, think of like 5x7. I'm starting at $100. But that 5x7 takes me a couple hours. Like, wood burning is a slow process. So, but I have a background where I should be able to charge that. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
And like some
or
people
more.
like, yeah, even people like said you should even charge more than that. But I'm like, in the area I'm at, like, yeah, like I've been, all my commissions were almost pretty much out of state. So there's people that will pay for it. So like, I'm always worried about where I'm at in the area. Like, I know these people will pay for that, but hey, I'm an international artist now. Like, I have art in Europe, I have in Canada. So it's like,
that's crazy. How cool does that feel? Like somebody from TikTok, right? Found you on there from your video, from a video that took, that was maybe 20-30 seconds long. And they're like, hey, I want to order something. And from that video, you get a few $100 commission that you're sending out over to Europe. Like,
yep. And I'm like, honestly, like, I can say I'm an international creator. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
It's just a start. Like, I have a goal. Like, I'm halfway. Like, I want to have an artwork or a book in every state. And like, honestly, we haven't even talked that I'm an author. Like, you're an author too now.
Crazy.
So like, that's another aspect that we didn't even talk about. So it's like, it's literally just do everything to get yourself out there.
Yeah. Yes. You wrote a children's book.
Yep.
And a few art challenge books, and then a novel as well. So you've done that all in the last couple of years, really.
Yep. And I'm working on my second novel. That's my goal in January, is to finish editing it so I can send it to my editor so I can publish my second one in 2022.
That's amazing. So you're doing wood burning and you're getting brand deals, and you did a window painting the other day, and you're finishing a book. You sound like me. You're like, that's exactly.
Hey,
but I love it.
But that's the thing. You find someone you want to be like, and you learn from them. So I found you, and I'm like, she is a full-time artist. She made it, and she showed that it's possible. So you find who you want to be like or inspired to be, and you learn from them. And not everyone will teach, but you don't need to actually one-on-one with them. You just learn what they're doing, like listen to what they're doing, watch what they're doing, see what they create, and you learn from that.
Yeah, exactly. There's always somebody that has gone down a path like before you. And even I think a lot of people, like, you're not afraid to reach out too, which I think we should talk about too, because a lot of people, even when they join the academy, they're like afraid to talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's okay. Like, you can ask me a question, but I feel like that's a lot of artists. And maybe that's come from some people being shut down before. We just had that conversation in the academy about how somebody reached out to somebody asking, hey, what printer do you use? I love this very specific style of prints to some artists. And she was like, not giving her information. She's like, no, I don't give it out. It's like, what?
Why?
So,
yeah. Why? Like, they're not your competition. Like, there's billions of people on this planet. There's a huge market out there, and we're not going to steal your customers, because you'll You have to find those customers. Everyone has a customer out there. You just have to get your stuff out there so they find you or you find them. So it's like everyone has the same goal and dream, and it's such a big, broad thing where they're not your competition. It's a huge board out there that you might not even be even next to that person. Different styles, different subject matters. Like, what's the big deal? I don't get it. I don't like. I tell people on my live all the time because I go live every day, and I'm like, if you're an artist, pick my brain. I have so much knowledge that I'm willing to share because I was you 2 years ago. I wanted to go full time. I did it quickly just because I found you. Like, I learned from you. Everything I know is because of you, or knowledge I found myself. Like, I've seeked out the knowledge I needed to know. So that you have to have that drive, and you have to want it, and you have to sacrifice too. If you can do it in a short time and then you thrive later, work hard for a couple of years, and then you're there.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly how I see it too. There was this quote that was something, it went somehow like, work hard now so you can have an easy life later. I'm like, that's like my life motto that I didn't even say, that I didn't even know that I could say out loud, but that's how I always thought internally. I'm like, if I just work really hard for like 5-10 years, I'm like, the rest of my life, which is so long, is going to be a breeze. And that's, I feel like we finally hit this kind of like plateau of like, oh, this is what you work so hard for. Like, it's kind of chill now, which is really nice. But yeah, you also said, you just in passing, you're like, I go live every day. And I think that is something that a lot of people won't do. Yeah. And they'll listen to this, be like, okay, and think, all right, I am going to get on TikTok and I'm going to post a couple of videos, but they won't think to the extent that you're doing. And they're like, no, going live every day. No. So
I'll go live twice a day, actually.
For how long are you doing this too?
When I was doing the 2-day one, like the first one was like an hour and a half. And then my other one, it could go up to like my longest live, I think, was 7 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Like I was just wood burning, and like I was just doing it, and then time just flew by, and I was like, "Oh shit!" My life said it's 7 hours. Like what? Like,
that's crazy.
Time just flew by.
I believe you too, because there's so many times where I've just logged into TikTok and it said on the right corner, Austin is live. I'm like, again? Literally every time I'm like, again?
Yep. And that's another thing, like doing lives and like answering your following/fans thing. It's like they get a connection with you, and that even makes them want to buy from you too when they make that personal connection with you. And here, like what was a couple of weeks ago, I got my first fan mail. One of my followers bought me 150 set of colored pencils, a Prisma set, which technically is worth $300.
That's crazy.
So it's like when you make that connection, like it's just insane. And like I just bought a computer. I'm gonna start going hardcore on Twitch, going live on Twitch and TikTok at the same time. So because a lot of artists are going on Twitch now, and they're making a good amount of money just streaming on Twitch.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love that you're doing it. I love that somebody sent you fan mail too. It's like, here you go. Like, what are you doing on these lives, Austin? How are you getting these people?
Put a smile and give a little pump.
Oh my gosh.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you're trying
to be real. I'm just being myself, and I'm not fake. Like, I've been on so many people's lives where like you can just tell like it's a show and it's fake. But I'm not fake. I'm being genuinely real. I'm being true to myself, and people love that too. Like, I'm there to create and inspire people. I always have that teacher nature in me. Like, I want to inspire people. Like, people ask me art questions all the time, and they ask for ideas, and I just blow up with ideas. Like when I'm on the phone with Danny weekly, like she pitches some ideas with me, and then my brain just blows up with ideas, and we just talk.
I love that. Somebody just commented, let's see, they just commented saying, we crack a lot of jokes on Austin's lives. So somebody who is typically on your TikTok lives is right now on your Instagram live.
Yeah, that's Cody. Yep, he's a woodburner himself too.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Cody's awesome. And he is also a customer, and he gets inspired by me creating. Like, he watches me do my techniques, and then he learns from me by just watching me go live. So it's just, I create, I inspire, and I get customers too.
Yeah. Yeah. It all works together, and you're trying Twitch. And so you're doing all the things. And so I just want to, say too, because I feel like I can hear the voices of artists who are listening. A lot of people are going to be like, well, I'm done. Nope. I can't do all of that. Like, I'm
But
not
you
going to do it.
can.
Yeah,
But
but
people
exactly.
can.
But you can. It's just
You just have to
trying.
try, put yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't even like the word try. Like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Do or do not, or there's no try. And just do it. If it doesn't work out the first time, do it again. It is trying, but put the negative mindset in it too. Like, okay, I'm going to try it. Might not work, might not. Or just do it. If it doesn't work, okay, learn from what you did the first time and try it better. Do it better.
Yeah.
That's a huge quote I live by. It's just do or do not. And I'm doing it all.
I love that. That's so Ryan too, my husband. He's like, just do everything 100%. Don't do like he's very much a 100% guy. And I heard this quote. It was something along the exact same lines that you just said. It was something about like, don't say, oh, I'm going to try this. You're like, I am this, or I am going to do this on Monday, or I am going to do this today or tomorrow. Like, not, I might do this, or I'm going to. Don't say I'm going to, say like, I am. Like, or whatever.
You told us to tell people that you are an artist, or like tell them in a certain way. And I've done that too. Like, I was just sitting down talking and I said I was an author, and they're like, do you have a copy of your book? And I'm like, actually in my car I do. And I sold a copy of my book. So it's like, tell people and talk about your life and tell them what you do. Like, you are a meal artist. You are a creator. You never know who's out there. You never know who's next to you, honestly. So like a billionaire could be sitting right next to you. Maybe they're looking for someone to do something, and you just say a couple words and you might just have a $1,000 deal or something. Who knows? $1 million deal. You just never know. You never know who's around you.
It is weird in the beginning too, because like right now, like having the book just recently published, I'm like, am I really an author? Like, it feels weird saying it. Mm-hmm. I've just been saying I'm an artist for the past so long, and then now it's like an author. Like Ryan was like, "You're an author." I'm like, who that? Not me. Like, I'm like, nah. But yeah, it's very strange.
But yeah, no, you are an artist, an author, a business owner,
entrepreneur. Yeah.
You can totally say that. Like, say it all and own it, because that's who you are.
Yeah, bro. I feel like we're going to go like lift weights now, bro.
Come on. Let's go do squats.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Okay. Well, we are nearing our mark of finishing. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on and just chatting with me about all the different things, and if somebody's listening and you're like, I don't know if I can do that, just give it a shot. And also, but I want to say too, like, there are a lot of artists out there who find one thing and go one route and do nothing else. A lot of people don't have that taste to like keep it new and fresh all the time like we have. And so if that's you, then that's totally okay too. Like if you know what you want and you're just going on that straight line, that's cool too. But we've found success doing different things. So I think that that's what this podcast is about.
Yep. And it's just, you can make it, and you just have to go for it.
Yeah.
Just let's give 100%.
Yeah, bro.
Give it your all.
Yeah. Dude, all right, man. I'm going to check you later. Okay, for real though. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for contributing to the book.
Yeah, I can't wait to read it. I already ordered my signed copy, and I can't wait to read it and then figure out what you said about me.
Oh, I forgot I haven't even showed you the proof.
No, you haven't. I talked to Lisa.
Lisa,
I always do that, Lisa.
I showed Lisa hers, yeah.
I talked to Lisa, and she's like, yeah, she sent me, and I read what I'm in it. I'm like, what? She didn't even send it to me. So don't send it to me. I just want to be surprised.
Okay, I will.
And even if you're talking shit about me.
No, I did not. Actually, maybe I did. You don't know until you read it.
You can't fake it now. You can't fake it.
Whatever, brah. Okay. I'll talk to you later.
All right, dude. See ya.
Alrighty, that is it. Thanks for listening to another show all about how to quit your day job here on the Artist Academy podcast. Now, if you are inspired and you're like, all right, I'm raising my hand, maybe I need a little bit of help with my mural career or art career, selling things, finding customers, all the things, I would love to help you out. So just go to artistacademy.co. That's artistacademy.co, and you'll see a bunch of stuff. You'll see a mural training, you'll see a way to apply and join us for the 4th quarter success plan. We have what you need to get you started in the art career, because really once you get started, then the rest is a lot easier. It's just finding that starting point is really tough sometimes. But yeah, and also if you liked this episode and you want to review the podcast, I would say thank you so much, because I am offering a shout out on my Instagram for a podcast review. So if you review this podcast or if you share it on Instagram or anything, just tag me and I will shout you out on my Instagram of over 70,000 people, followers, And so they're just basically just a thank you for helping me and I'll help you kind of a thing. Okay. All right. I hope you have a great rest of your week and I will see you next time.